They say there's no crying in baseball.
It was 5 days before opening day.
But in 1978,
everything's filled up. It's too late.
Orlando Griego missed his Little League sign-up.
My mom and I were walking off, and I was having tears going down my face.
But those tears were quickly wiped away when a Little League coach called Griego's mom.
Showed up for opening day that day, and they made a number 13 jersey for me. And that's how I became number 13, because I remember somebody gave me a chance.
And Lucky 13 has followed Griego from Little League to the minor leagues.
Later, I got drafted in the 24th round by the Brewers.
And a successful run as the baseball coach of Rio Grande High School with over 400 wins. In May 2021, Griego retired as a teacher and coach. But in the fall, he came out of retirement to coach another season.
But I didn't want to give up my true passion, which was being out at the baseball field and having those relationships with the kids, with the young men.
Little did he know that 2 years later, a curveball would be thrown his way.
Yeah, they want 10 months of benefits back, which totals just under $30,000.
The Education Retirement Board, also known as the ERB, telling Griego in 2023 he owed the money for one reason.
They suspended my retirement benefits because I didn't sign a letter. It's a one-page form that you check off a box, sign it and date it at the bottom, letting the ERB know that you're going back to work for the school system.
It seems like it's just all about a permission slip.
Yeah.
So how did you find out that there were other teachers involved?
You guys did it on the news a couple weeks ago about these other 42 teachers that were in my same boat.
Target 7 was the first to tell you about those 42 teachers who mostly came out of retirement during the pandemic to help the teacher shortage. They didn't fill out this form required by the ERB.
And this is driven largely by the IRS, but basically there's a layout period. And right now, there's a 90-day layout period for anyone wishing to return to work for up to 36 consecutive or non-consecutive months that doesn't have an earnings limit.
David Archuleta is the executive director of the ERB.
When a local administrative unit brings on an employee, they're required to fill out a form that they send to us that actually requires them to certify if a member is a return to work applicant or a retiree, that they have received permission from ERB before returning to work.
Since our story aired, teachers like Griego have been reaching out to Target 7. Griego argues because so many didn't fill out the form, there's an issue.
If it was just 1 or 2 cases, well, you know what? That was probably our fault. But when there's 40 other people, over 40 other people that are in the same boat, there's a breakdown in the system somewhere.
And that's why Griego and many other teachers have turned to Albuquerque attorney Jacob Candelaria.
We are asking the district court to find that the penalties that are provided for under these rules and statutes are unconstitutional.
Candelaria explained to Target 7 why.
The government can punish people civilly. It can impose civil fines on folks for not doing X, Y, and Z. But those penalties still have to bear some reasonable relationship to the gravity of the misconduct or the wrong committed. Here, we're literally talking about not submitting the right form.
Submitting forms is something Griego is all too familiar with.
I think all the times that I wanted to quit, I remember that moment.
That moment we already told you about, when Griego missed submitting forms for his first Little League sign-up.
Somebody gave me a shot, you know.
And now Griego hopes he and other teachers can get a shot and change up the state rules that say educators shall pay their retirement back if they're ineligible.
Why are we trying to, be punitive towards teachers and coaches that have dedicated their life to the children of New Mexico?
For Target 7,
It doesn't make any sense.
I'm John Cardinelli.